Cricut keeps doing updates, and sometimes you have no idea what they're doing. It just says bug fixes and updates, but it is really giving you a lot of stuff in behind. I'm going to go over 3 of those today. Shapes and other panels, changing fonts, and removing images from uploads. So I'm going to show you a lot of what's going to go on here. So I'm going to start a new project. And let's just bring in a shape, because this is the first thing that I want to tell you all about. So let's bring in a nice little heart. I'm going to bring it into the center of the screen. That's just so we can see it. Now let's just change the color. A nice red heart. No problem. Now you'll notice that the shapes panel has remained open so that you can add other shapes all the time. And that's one of the new things. It's a little bug fix and update. But if you don't want to have that shapes panel open, there are 2 ways that you can take care of it. First, you're going to see a little arrow right here. And the first thing you can do is just go ahead and click on that, and you'll see that it disappears. Now, if I want to add something inside of the heart, I'm going to click on Shapes again. You'll notice how it pushes everything over, even on the canvas. It's pushing it over, so it's no longer centered on the screen, but that's okay. So let's bring in something a little different here. Maybe we'll add a star to the middle. Now, I want to close that panel again, and in order to do that, I can simply just come down here and click on Shapes. You can see where my cursor is here, right here. There, I can click on Shapes and it goes away again. Then, of course, I want to bring this into the middle. And I am going to take the 2 of them together, and I'm just going to align them center. That looks pretty good. I'm going to grab the 2 of them and click on Slice. Great. Now I can get rid of my slice pieces, and I have a nice little red star I can play with or recolor or use a little later. So let's just go up here and recolor. Just makes it a lot easier. We can play around with this. So that was shapes. Now the other cool thing I'm going to talk about here are changing fonts, and there are a few little things that you want to do here in changing fonts. So I just grab my text, and I'm just going to put "You are my star." Well, I've got capital R here. So let's go back and fix that. You are my star, and say I wanted it to go right here. Now, generally what you're going to do is just click on fonts right here. Now, you'll notice something different that happened when I clicked on fonts. My font panel went over here. It is now movable, so I can move it around the screen and pick my fonts. No longer is the font hidden from what I want to do. So let's go up here, and now I can choose any font I want. I can simply scroll down here. I can click on my bookmark ones, but I can also filter. That's what this little thing is here. That is called a filter. So let's filter. Now I only want free fonts, so that works well. Now you'll notice that this panel is now hiding this. The way you get rid of that one is to click back here on filter. You'll see I still have a 1 here in the filter. That's the one filter I picked. It has gone and hidden, but the filter is still on. So I can scroll through here. Every once in a while you'll find one with an A. But I've already, of course, selected free. So these are all the free fonts that you can play with. So for example, I could pick on Ginger Snap here and take a look and see what it does for me. It's going to take a second or 2. You are my star. No, this looks not too bad. I can also pick a different one and just see what the difference is. Now I could copy this and then come back to this panel and take a look at what other fonts. So let's go back up here to the filter. Now let's pick on something different. Let's do an all caps and see what we get. Now that's a second filter. You notice this changed to 2 up here, and then the font's changed. So let's just click on our filter again. Now let's go with BFC. Oh, that's an A on it. So you have to keep an eye on this. It doesn't always come up 100%. So there's not that many that are in here. So we could do Trade Gothic Display, we could do a typewriter font, or we could do a decorate. Let's just pick on decorate and see what we get. Now, you'll notice when I moved the text that my little box has disappeared. All you need to do then is come and click up here again, and it will reappear. So it doesn't really go away. It'll keep the font that you're working on. Now you'll notice that there's quite a few things that you can do here. So let's click on our filter once again. I'm just going to change it from all caps. So I don't want that anymore. And let's see what we've got for writing. Now there's quite a few. I'm going to click on my filter again. So as you can see, I can do quite a few things here, but there are a few that are still an A here, and you don't want to pick those if you're wanting the free fonts. So let's try Fonts Collection Little League and see what we get here. No, I'm not too keen on that one. Let's try High Tide. This is a lot easier than it was. And then there's Carly. That is not too bad for Carly. So let me just grab this over here with Carly. Now, right now, Carly is showing as black and it's not really outlined. It is a pen. But what if I changed it to something different? I could deboss it, I can engrave it, I can print, then cut it. So right now with this particular one, I'm going to change the style. So style is here, and watch what happens to our text. If I go bold italic, you'll notice that I get a beautiful outline, which is totally different than what I had before. I can go regular and it'll stand up straight. So you can change it from just writing to whatever you want. Now let's go back and change this font one more time. And this time, let's go to Ginger Snap again. I'm going to click away. I don't have to close that box. I can simply click away. You are my star. Now, once I click on my font right here, I'm going to go from writing to just simply regular. That's the only 2 that font offers. So what you see displayed here is just simply what that font offers. So if I go regular, you'll notice that it colored in this time, and it changed it up here from pen to basic cut. So there's a couple of things that are going to happen per font. So some fonts will have bold italic, so on and so forth. Some will just have regular and writing, and that will depend on your filter. All right, I want to do one more thing on some of the updates, and this has to do with deleting things you have uploaded. And it gets a little convoluted here. So let's go to our upload, which is right here. Now, generally, if you want to go back to your canvas, you will just click upload again, and you're back to your canvas. So I'm going to click on upload. Now I'm going to decide, do I want to delete any of these? If I did, I could click on the 3 ellipse and then just simply delete image. Well, I don't want to do that one because the one I am going to delete is not showing here. So I have to come up here to recent uploads and view all. I've got a picture that I put in quite a while ago. I'm not going to use it, so I'm going to have to scroll down and find it. So we have this campfire. I clicked on it, and you'll see that it came up with a picture here. So let me just go back. There we go. Come back down here and find that picture again. There it is. Now, if I hit the plus, it will add it to the canvas, but I want to delete it, and it's only showing me is, yes, I can print this if I want to. So let's take a look at what happens with print. It's just picking it up as print and you'll notice that nothing happens. That means you have to go to your uploaded and then use it as a print then cut. So that's all that this means. It does not mean you can print it. One more thing here. I am going to click on it. It's got a 4 on here. I guess that's the number of the 5. So that is the name of the file. So let's just click on it. And once again, you're going to come up to this panel. It's giving you an image preview. Anything you've typed in about that particular upload will show here. And now I can go ahead and click on the 3 ellipse, and then I can delete that file. So that's exactly how I can do that. Now, if I click on delete, it's going to ask me delete image, and I'm going to confirm delete, and it will be gone from my list. So if I scroll down here where all my images were, you'll notice that my campfire is now gone. Now, I want to get back to my canvas. So if you notice that if I click on canvas here, it's just going to bring you right back to the upload panel before I clicked view all, and then I can click on upload. So there's a couple of ways to get back. So just a couple of things that you should know when you're working on this. And of course, I'm going to go back over here to my stuff and show you what we did here. And it was shapes and other panels, changing fonts and removing images from upload, and what all the little symbols mean. So until next time, happy crafting.